Dr. Katie here, and I'm going to walk you through in the discussion board forum for weeks 1 and 2. I'm going to walk you through here on question 3 and 4 with a focus here, because this is where you're applying the manager's application process, which is the DIET, which is diagnose, intervene, evaluate, and transfer, to completing your mission for the situation in the fundamentals chapter. And I really appreciate you all taking a look at this and taking it seriously, because you've only got a few posts and they're worth a lot, and you want to make sure that you do the first one really well. So with that, as I mentioned, you got DIET, D-I-E-T, diagnose, intervene, evaluate, and transfer. It's the process, there's 4 steps in the manager's application process. Kind of think of it as, how do you map out your solution, or map out how you're going to complete your mission through solving each of the challenges that you have to face in this particular chapter. And you have to do the same thing for human resource, or not, yeah, for the human resource management, HUM chapter as well. So I'm going to focus here on FUN and walk you through this, and it should get pretty easy for you to do this once you've gone through the first 1 or 2. So with that, you're in here and you've got the situation at IDC West. And where do you find the situation? Well, if you go into go into the modules. Let me see, you go into modules. And you're in your modules, and you go up to the first week fundamentals, and in each here, as mentioned in the introductory video to the class, so up here, I hope you watch this video, part 1 and 2. I explain it all there, and in the discussion board forum here in this podcast, I explain it in more detail as well. And here I'm giving you focused attention, or focused help right now for question 3. So with that, you click on, you go down here to the fundamentals, and you click on the introduction. And the introduction, what you'll notice is that there's the content. This is the chapter content. And then you got a practice quiz to practice on that. That will get you ready for your main quiz right there when you're done. Come down here, as you read the content, you want to go down here and watch episode 1, part A and part B. You can read the script here. You can read the script here, or you can, as it comes back up, you can read the script by clicking there, or you can watch a video that some students acted this out. And you know, they're not professionals, but it's kind of fun, and we had a lot of fun with different student teams in the past doing this. So you can watch a video with the script being enacted. Then there's part B, and that's the script in the video. And what you're doing is you're using the content up here to help you scan the situation here for episode 1. You want to scan the situation and define the mission. What is your mission for this chapter, for this module in IDC West? And so your first part is to do that. So when we come back here, you can see that in the first thing you need to do is scan the situation and state the mission for this situation. So scanning the situation means describe the who, what, when, and where. Describe the people, places, and things, and what's happening. And scan the situation and say, my mission for this chapter with IDC West is this. Describe it and give the mission statement, that your mission that you're supposed to achieve. Think of it like a game or a particular situation you're in where mission is appropriate, where you have a mission to accomplish. Now, in order to accomplish your mission, you have to solve challenges. In this case, in this chapter, when you look here, you've got to solve A, B, and C. You've got to go in and solve challenge A, challenge B, and challenge C. And so you go in and look under here, and you'll see there's a script for this situation. You'll see there is a script and a video for this situation. There wasn't one for the first one. And you'll see there is a script and video for this situation here. And so you're going to solve challenge A, challenge B, challenge C. And then when you're done solving those challenges, you're going to come down here and click on this and watch the successful conclusion of solving all these challenges. and you're going to write about how you noticed where the interventions that were chosen had a positive impact. Here's the thing. You've got to use the content in each of these sections in order to do what you need to do in each of these sections. So for the introduction, you've got to read through and apply this principal content to scanning the situation. Then you've got to go into Comp A, which is overview and definition. You've got to read this content in order to identify the challenge and solve this challenge. You've got to do the same thing here for B. You've got to read this content in order to solve this challenge. And then in C, you do the same. And what I'm looking for here, and what's really important, is that you are using the terms from each challenge content to solve the problem or solve the challenge. So what's really important is you're connecting the terms of the content in the chapter to the situation at IDC West. Now what you do is you A, scan the situation, state the mission for the situation. Then B, solve each of the challenges one at a time. So you go challenge A, okay? Diagnose it and determine the intervention. Challenge B, diagnose it and determine the intervention. And challenge C. Now, you go where to find the content here. This is the last, or the most important, not last, but the most important piece is where do you get this information? You go back to the content in the book, and in competency C here, you see it's the manager's application process map. You've got to read this in order to know how to apply the diet to each of these challenges. So you've got to read the whole chapter in order for you to go back and really solve competency A, B, and C. So when you read this section, you're going to find under this section here, okay, the manager's application process. It talks about action research, and that's what this is. It's an action research approach to solving problems. And action research is an evidence-based way to go about changing a situation or solving a problem in an organization or in a variety of settings. So in this day and age, most people are big on big data. Most people and managers are big on evidence-based approaches to decisions that are made. And evidence-based means that you take a thoughtful, objective approach utilizing data to help you make good, solid decisions. So action research really does support that approach. And in here it describes some challenges, and it goes to the diet, and it tells you, okay, this is how you go about doing it. And it provides you with the D. How do you do the D? What's the D? It's diagnosing the situation. Then I. What is I? The intervention. The intervention is exactly that. It's how do you intervene in the situation? What is your specific and intentional way in which you're going to go about fixing the situation? You do that here. And then E, it describes that, evaluation, how do you evaluate and how do you transfer. So when you go back into the discussion board here, you have to diagnose the situation and diagnose the situation by diagnosing and proposing a solution. So diagnose and intervene in each of the challenges. And then at the end, you evaluate the impact on episode 2. So you'll go in and you'll say, okay, scanning the situation, looking at episode 1, this is what is going on. Then for challenge A, here's what's going on. Here's my diagnosis of challenge A, and here's my solution, the intervention. Here's B, here's what's going on, my diagnosis, and here's the intervention that I propose to solve it. And C, here's the situation, here's what's going on, here's my diagnosis, and here is the solution, the intervention. Once you're done with that, you then say, okay, based on that, my evaluation, when I look at episode 2, this is what I have found is the impact of A, B, and C. Here's what they did to improve the situation. Here's where I can show what was done and the positive impact, and you describe that. What you want to make sure you do is you are specifically connecting terms to the impact that you're seeing in episode 2. You're actually making sure you're specifying the terms you're using in all parts of your answer here for that. Once you're done, you then can move on to the next question. So it's a pretty hefty question here, and so is 4. And again, my point for doing it this way, I can give you multiple discussion forums. I'd rather bring this all into one, keep it concise so that you have week 1 to really do a lot of analysis and write it up. and week 2 to have a lot of room for discussion. And I think this is the most efficient way for you to have a great experience in a 6-week course. So I hope that helps, and I'll also be giving online webinar sessions and other types of tips to help you all get this done. So go back to your modules, click on C right here, and that will help you have what you need. You go in here, you read this in order to actually apply the manager's application process to A and B. Okay, hope that helps, and post any questions you have for me in the Canvas inbox. Let me know how you're doing.